Right, the new England Test captain Ben Stokes has told Sky Sports News he couldn't turn down the chance to skipper the national side. He confirmed red ball cricket will now be his priority. Let's cross live to James Cole, who interviewed him today. So good afternoon to you, James. How was he today, and is he relishing taking on this role?
Yeah, hi. When Joe Root resigned from the captaincy, for many there was only one choice. It was Ben Stokes. But the question was, would Ben Stokes want the role? England have won just one of the last 17 tests. They come off the back of that awful Ashes experience. They've got no coach. They've got no chairman at the ECB. They've got no selector. You have to say that the test captaincy right now, for some, would be a poison chalice. But for Ben Stokes, who loves a challenge, that was not the case. He said it took very little time for him to decide when Rob Key offered him the role that he would take it. He wants to help English cricket, and he is determined to turn this test team around.
Not long. It's obviously you need to give it some consideration, because it's not a role that you can just go yep, because you've got to think about, you know, everything else that comes with the job. But no, it didn't take me very long. It's not exactly a role that you can turn down. I want to have selfless cricketers who make decisions based on what they can do to win a game in that given time. Because at the end of the day, you're always judged on winning games, and it's always been the most important thing to me. Is decisions I make is based around, you know, what is the best thing to do to give us that chance. You know, I want to have 10 other guys out there with me who are all in that same mindset.
One of the other reasons some people felt Stokes might be reluctant to take the role is because of the strain it puts on your mental well-being. Remember, he took a 4-month break from cricket last summer after losing his father Jed last year, and he just wanted some time out to re-establish where he was mentally. And for some people, they think that could be a problem if Ben Stokes is the Test captain, the extra weight that will put on him. But for Stokes, that's not the case. He thinks actually his ability to address those issues and talk openly about his mental health will be a strength as captain in the dressing room. What's
been said in the media about obviously me taking a break, you know, sort of through the summer, and then obviously taking this role on, but you know, there's always a negative feeling around, you know, mental health. But I took my break. I went and spoke with people, went and spoke with someone, and I will continue to do that. But I see it as, you know, a positive that me being in this role now, having gone through what, you know, I went through last summer and even before that, that I've got a huge amount of experience in what the game and what life can throw at you. And I've always felt that I was someone that senior players, younger players could come and speak to if, you know, they felt like anything was getting on top of them or they weren't happy with anything, and I hope that continues. So, you know, I don't see any of this as a negative whatsoever. I just see it as a huge positive that I'll be able to relate to a lot of different scenarios that cricket and life can throw at you whilst being an international cricketer. Yeah,
so making a lot of good points there, Ben Stokes. Fair to say, though, it's in a bit of a pickle at the moment, isn't it, in terms of selection issues. Did you ask him about Stuart Broad and James Anderson returning to the squad?
Yes, he confirmed that both will return to the squad for the summer to prepare for that first test, which is against New Zealand on June the 2nd. Rob Key had said that at Lord's on Thursday, but for Ben Stokes, this was an absolute no-brainer. They were both left out, if you remember, Stuart Broad and James Anderson, for the tour of the Caribbean. That was a shock decision back in February. They are England's all-time test leading wicket takers. They were not happy about the decision. They made their feelings quite public. But for Stokes, this is about winning games of cricket, and they have to be in the team. He said it was a no-brainer.
The best chance to give yourself of winning a test match is picking your 11 best players. And if James Anderson and Stuart Broad are fit, they're up for selection, because, you know, they are two of the best, well, they are the two best bowlers in England. They are two of the greats of the game, and, you know, having them two fit, in my opinion, you know, it's stupid to never consider them for selection. And they are part of the best 11. So yeah, pretty simple.
It has been a rollercoaster of a career for Ben Stokes. He burst onto the scene. He had the setback in 2017, the fight outside a Bristol nightclub, the court case that followed, then the highs of 2019, leading England to the World Cup victory, and then Headingley a few weeks later, a moment of absolute brilliance to win that test. But he seems to me, talking to him today, a very different man from 2017, a very different man from 2019. And the fact that he's taken that break last summer to address issues which maybe he had allowed to build up shows that he is a very, very capable leader. He will use those qualities, that experience, to his strength, but he also said he will look to other leaders in the dressing room. He won't try and take on too much weight. That's another concern, because Ben Stokes is such a central part of this team, an all-rounder, a talisman, a guy that everyone looks to take wickets and score runs. But he says he's not going to carry that burden solely. He's going to turn to people like Joe Root, use their experience, and make sure that a good leader listens as much as he orders his teammates around. I think this is a really encouraging start for Ben Stokes, and he has a huge job ahead of him. But he sounds like a man who knows how to steer England out of this mess in Test cricket.
Yeah, like you say, it is a huge job ahead of him. Thank you very much, James.